Hi, this is Ellie with Woman Light Tarot 20, and I'm doing a twin flame check-in reading today. Now, the top two cards are for the Divine Masculine, the bottom two cards are for the Divine Feminine, and the two cards on the side are the Union energies at this time. So these are the energies of what we're on the twin flame journey are experiencing at this time. Now, the Divine Masculine has the power card. The power of love is like a magnet drawing two souls together. And I feel like they're waking up. They've a lot of the Divine Masculine collective has been waking up, especially over the last, I want to say this past year has been really crucial with a lot of the Divine Masculines waking up to the energies, to how they feel about their feminines, to the journey. They're starting to wake up to the intense connection. They're starting to feel the energetic bond. And that's really powerful. I'm just going to read here what the guidebook says. The power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. The chemistry between divine soul counterparts is irresistible, uniting them at a fundamental level. They know they are destined for each other. The power is unstoppable, creating a unique bond between them. The appearance of this card suggests that you may sense an enchanting energy toward that special soul. Yeah, they're definitely feeling it. And then I find it funny how we have the trust card, where last time the Divine Feminine had the trust card. I'm certain of it. You need to have trust in a relationship in order for it to flourish. Both partners need, therefore, to be trustworthy. Mistrust can break a relationship. Trust involves honesty and fidelity. When two people are able to trust each other, their relationship can grow strong and unbreakable. The appearance of this card suggests that you need to establish a foundation of mutual trust in your relationship. So I see this twofold, because some of the Divine Masculine collective is in other relationships, right? They're married, they're in third-party situations. So they are realizing, I feel, that maybe the person they're with is not trustworthy, that they cannot trust that person. And on the flip side, maybe they feel that they can trust their divine feminine. This is what kind of sticks out to me. This is what I'm sensing here. They feel like they might be first of all, if they're sensing the bond between the divine feminine and themselves, they must know that the divine feminine is not going to hurt them, right? You would sense that that love, right? You sense that love, and someone who truly loves you, why would they want to hurt you, right? So I find that so interesting that that's happening for the divine masculines at this time. Now let's see what the divine feminines are facing. Boundaries. Having sensible boundaries is important. And temptation. Think carefully about the situation. Now, boundaries. Having sensible boundaries is important. True soul connections are filled with love and respect for each other. The appearance of this card suggests that you either need to take account of your partner's emotions, or you may need to make your partner aware of your own feelings on some issue in your current situation. So I feel like we're all in this together, right? Especially if you're not in much contact with your masculine, and you can see the stuff they're doing in their life, or you hear about it, and it's just so frustrating, right? Because you feel like you're doing all the work over here and they're just in there, it seems like they're not doing anything on their side. They just keep living their life the way they have been, right? That's kind of what it feels like. And maybe you need to, first of all, stop putting your focus on him. Stop putting your focus on him. Your focus should always be on you, on, having the life you want, on working on your life purpose, on work, being with your family, just learning to love yourself, learning to love your life, learning to create the life that you want without needing that person to be in it. So to me, this speaks to let him live in his lane, let the divine masculine be in his lane, and let him learn those lessons. Because you needed time to learn your lessons that got you to this point, right? And the divine masculine, they start their journey a while after we do. So they take a little longer. They follow the divine feminines. And certain markers that the divine feminine hits activate the divine masculine to do their work. So if you're not close enough to see what's happening, you shouldn't be judging, and you shouldn't be having negative thoughts about your divine masculine. You shouldn't be, you shouldn't project your insecurities on him, and you shouldn't project your abandonment wounds and your, all your issues. You shouldn't be projecting them on him and waiting for him to come around and rescue you. You have to do that yourself. So I think that's what those boundaries talk about too. Like, allow him to have the experiences that are going to help him grow and rise to meet you eventually. Let him have those experiences and worry about you. Now, temptation. Think carefully about the situation. Most of us experience temptation in one form or another. What we may think we want is not always good for us. The appearance of this card suggests that it's best to think carefully before you act. Now, this is going to pertain to everybody differently, because I'm not sure what this temptation refers to for the other people in the collective. This is going to be different for all of us. Is this another person, perhaps? Because sometimes a lot of us may feel like, oh, it's going to take forever for my masculine to come around, and I would rather be with somebody else who's available right now because I don't want to be alone. And maybe there's a temptation there to just try to leave the whole journey behind, which you can't. You literally cannot. This is like a soul blueprint. This is something that is divinely guided. This is something that you signed up for that you cannot retreat out of. So you cannot leave this behind and try to make things easier for yourself. Unfortunately, you have signed up, and this is a really, really tough mission in this incarnation, and you cannot back out of it. So I feel like you're setting yourself up for hurt. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for quite a negative ride. So really think about, especially if this pertains to another person, they're not going to understand you. If you talk about the twin flame journey and they're not on the twin flame journey, nobody understands. They all think we're crazy. They all think we're some sort of cult, which is ridiculous. But unless this is a high-level soulmate, and that's a completely different story. Because if this is a high-level soulmate that's come in, that's going to basically replace your masculine, not replace him, but basically you're choosing a soulmate over your masculine, because maybe your masculine is taking a long, long time, and maybe you're not interested in having a relationship with your masculine. Maybe you're just going to be working together on the 5D, which you always are. Your souls are always working together in the 5D, always. And that's not going to change, even when you have a soulmate in your life. And a lot of us choose that, because twin flames always trigger one another. And it's so hard to have a twin flame relationship. It can be. And soulmates are just easier, because a soulmate is not going to trigger you like that. And a soulmate is going to be helping you and helping you feel better and helping you get through this tough journey. But that's not what this temptation card is talking about. This is something else. This is like a karmic situation. that you might be interested in, like a fling or something, you know, something that's going to drag your energy down. Stop. Don't do that. You've come too far. You've worked too hard to be where you're at, to drag yourself down again, you know? Now I have the union energies here, yin yang. Like the yin yang symbol, twin flames contain an aspect of each other's character within themselves. And that's true. You're two part of a whole, right? So you and your divine masculine, this is you. This is you in another body. This is another incarnation of you. And I think people, and I had a hard time understanding this, but you are simultaneously living out so many different incarnations because there is no time. Time is a human construct, and we literally have the past, present, and future all happening at the exact same time. So you are basically incarnated, your soul is incarnated on different planets, on planet Earth, in different times, all happening at the same time. So it's almost like, I don't know if it's your soul split into different pieces of itself, which I don't think that can happen. But I think because we are energy, we are able to be at different places at the same time. Just like angels, right? They can be at several different places at the same time. They don't have the limitations our human body does. So your twin flame is another incarnation of you in a different body at the same time, incarnated on earth at the exact same time. And this is why you recognize yourself in that person and they recognize themselves in you, because you're the same soul in a different body. And you're going to recognize that there are certain things about that person that are the same within me. So it's really beautiful when you first meet them and you're like, oh my God, this is me in another body. And this is literally what I thought when I met mine the first time. This is me in a male body, is what I thought, right? Now, connection. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. And that is so true. And I think both counterparts are realizing this, because it doesn't matter how long ago you met. Now, it's been years for me. And the intensity that was first there when we met, it's not as intense as it was, but I've never stopped feeling it. And I've gotten to the point where I'm not obsessing. And I'm sure so have you. You get to the point where you stop obsessing and you stop worrying about what's going to happen and whether or not you're ever going to end up together with your masculine or not. You stop worrying about it, you're surrendered, and you're at peace. You have that peace inside you that no matter what happens, everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be great. And to focus on you. And that is the biggest thing, to focus on you, right? And that is what brings that peace. When you take your attention and your focus off of the other person and put that focus on yourself, and that creates the peace. But you still feel that connection because your energy system is connected to their energy system through the cords, right? Like you have energetic cords that connect you to your masculine and vice versa. Your chakra systems are literally connected. So you will feel what they feel sometimes. They will feel what you feel sometimes. And you might still have the telepathy. You might have all these weird things happen. I heard of twin, and this has never happened to me, but I've heard that sometimes you can taste what your divine masculine is eating, or smell what they're smelling, or like you just all of a sudden have that insight. You all of a sudden have that sensation. And I've never had that. I've just had, I have the telepathy, and I sometimes have visions. I can see through his eyes sometimes. It's just crazy that, and sometimes you still wonder whether you're crazy, but it's just so amazing that this is happening. And I never ever thought that this kind of stuff was real and that it could happen. And it's so beautiful when you realize it. So cherish that and appreciate it. And this is what you and your divine counterpart are going through at this time, this realization that this connection is this strong and the energetic bond is just so beautiful and it's amazing. So yeah, this is a beautiful place to be, I feel. So that's what I have for you today. Love and light. Take care. Keep working on yourself. You've got this. I will talk to you next time.